and welcome back to my channel XOEd. So if you're a new watcher, then hello and welcome. In this look today I have got this brown smoky eye, bronzy kind of eye look with a nice nude kind of Barbie pink, I would say. I really like this look. It is using a few new products, so I hope that you do like it. I'm going to get straight into the video, so if you'd like to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Hi guys, so I'm going to start off with my Olay Total Effects 7 Pore Minimizing Cream that I've been using in my last two videos. So I'm just going to put a bit on there and I'm just going to rub that into my face. And as you can see, I've already done my eyebrows and I've actually curled my eyelashes a little bit as well, just so I don't have to worry about that later on. So I've put that on, that's just going to act as my primer on my base. Now I'm going to go in and start with concealer. So the concealer I'm using is the Fit Me number 10 in light beige. And I'm just going to actually conceal my eyelids. I usually do this every time I put my makeup on, just because I do get a bit of discoloration around my eyes. Sometimes I'll put it on my hand and then put it onto my eyelid, but today I'm just going in straight onto the eyelid and doing it that way. So I've put my concealer on. Now I'm going to go over just to seal it up with the shade that I always use. It's from the Carly Bible palette and it is this cream colour. This is like my go-to base colour for my eyelid before putting on any shadow. Okay, so I finished doing that, so I'm just going to zoom up now just so you can see a better view of the eyes. So what I'm going to be doing with my eyes is I'm going to be doing like a kind of a bronzy smoky brown eye, and the bronze that I'll be using is this bronze. It's such a nice colour. It's one of the Revlon Eye Art Photo Ready pens and it does come with this glitter, but because I'm probably not going to do anything too crazy today, I do have a few errands to run, but I don't think I'll be going out like doing anything crazy, so I won't be using the glitter, but I will be using this side because it is quite a nice colour, but without being too over the top. So I'm going to start first by actually using this Revlon Not Just Nudes Colour Stay palette, and sorry it's a little bit scratched up, I have used it quite a bit. So when I'm going to do that, I'm going to use the dark brown in that shade, just this one on the end. But before I do that, I'm going to be putting tape on my eyes like I always do to make the eyeshadow a lot more prominent. This is always a kind of a bit of a weird part, but it really does help change your eyeshadow game. So that's one part of the tape on. Put the other side. Yes, it looks really strange and weird, but don't worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to go in first with a blending brush with the dark brown. I'm going to start in the corner. Now this is quite a dark brown, so just keep that in mind. And I might actually move my hand down to the end of the brush so it blends in a little bit more, because I won't have as much control using it from the end, and that will make the eyeshadow a little bit more easier to blend in. And the goal here is I want to kind of create a darker smoky eye on the edge, but then also have the nice bronze on the eyelid. You can see there's a lighter brown in it. We're going to use that lighter brown also, just to make it a bit more smoothed out. So what we're going to do now to put on our eyelids is we're actually going to be putting this soft ochre paint pot on by MAC, and we're just going to put that on the actual lid. Okay, so once you've done that on the eyelid, what you're going to do is you're going to actually set the paint pot, and we're just going to do that by using that same Carly Bible cream colour from in that palette that we used in the beginning, and we're just going to set over that. Lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go in with this beautiful bronze colour. Now the applicator on this is actually, it looks like that. So we're just going to put that bronze on our eyelid now. Look at that colour. And it is quite wet and sticky, so just be careful not to put too much on your eye. Now with that same brush, you're just going to go over the crease line. What we're going to do now is we're going to use the eyeliner, and it's by Rimmel. It looks like this. I'm just going to be using that, and I'm just going to be putting that in the top waterline. So what we're going to do then is we're actually just going to use a little bit more eyeshadow, and we're going to use that same dark brown that we used in the very beginning, and we're just going to align the top lash line. So just use like a little angled brush, just put a bit of brown on there from the beginning, and we're just going to line it as if it was the winged liner basically. It's Master Precise liquid liner, and we're just going to line our eyes. And with the wing liner, we're actually just going to leave the tape on, and we're just going to follow that with the tape. And if you want to fill any spaces, I just go in with that same eyeliner that we used to align the waterline, and just go over that liquid liner. So that is basically the eye look for the top eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then I'm going to get straight back to you. So I've gone ahead and done the other eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a little bit of the shadow off the top of my eyelids and actually just smudge that underneath. And then we're going to go and take that tape off after. Okay, so I'm going to go and take that tape off now. So that's created a nice line. Again, that's created a nice line too. And if you ever need to fix them up, you can obviously do a little bit of adjustments. So just draw a little triangle underneath my eye, as per usual. So I'm just going to go in with the beauty blender and blend that in. Goodbye. Okay, so that's just the concealer. So now I'm going to go in and do my foundation. So this is the drugstore foundation I usually like to use. It's the Matte Poreless Fit Me Foundation, Normal to Oily. That's one that's been my go-to for a little while. I do really like mixing it in with my Marc Jacobs as well, just to give it more of a kind of a yellow tone, if that makes any sense. I just put a little bit on my hand, and I'll just do 2 little dots with my Marc Jacobs. So 1, 2, sometimes I go 3 tiny little dots. Mix it with my finger on my hand, and I'm just going to dab that all around my face. And then I'll go in with a brush and blend that all in. This contour, this Maybelline V Face Duo Stick, and I've only used this once or twice, but I'm going to give it another go. So it's just like, it looks like that. So I'm just using that brown, and this one's in the medium shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn my face to the side, and I'm just going to draw a little bit of a line there. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit more, just a little bit underneath this chin part. So I'm just going to do the white part of it now. So this is like the highlight part. I'm just going to kind of just draw You can see that. Before I blend that in, I'm going to go and do the other side. And I'll just blend that in. With that other side, I'm going to go and use this highlight kind of side just to clean it up a little bit. Now before I go any further with fixing that up, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to contour my nose. Now I do contour my nose using a little bit of a different process. So just on my last video I used the Tarte, I have used a few different ones, but today I'm going to be using this Tarte Tarte's Pro Glow palette, and I'm going to just use a flat brush. If I can find it. Here we go. And I'm going to use this flat brush. It's by Nude by Nature. It's just this little brown one. And so I'm just going to use this dark chisel shade. Okay, so this is my nose before contouring. Now, I just grab a bit of that. And I'm just going to start at the top of my nose. And don't worry if it's a little bit harsh to begin with, because you can blend it out. So that's that. And what I actually personally like to do as well, just to give my nose a bit more of an uplifted kind of look. I don't know why I like to do it, but I do. And so what I do, and I've done this in basically all of my videos, is I like to draw like two diagonal, see how I've done that? Just like a diagonal line on each side of my nose. Because this, I just like the look of this, but I feel like this makes my nose look a little bit more upturned. So this is looking a little bit dark on the nose, so we are going to blend that out. I'm just going to actually use this new banana powder that I've actually just bought the other day. It's nothing really expensive or anything like that. It's just one I found in Chemist Warehouse. It does look like this. I think it was like $5. I have not tried it before. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm just going to be putting a little bit of that banana powder on underneath my eyes before I blend this nose contour out. Tap a bit of that off. I'm just going to push that underneath my eyes. And I'm actually going to go, this is why I haven't actually blended this in yet, but I'm going to go on top of this with the banana powder, and I will go and brush that off. I'm just going to put that lightly there. And then I'm just going to use the excess, whatever was left, to just blend out my nose contour. Now just to make it a little bit more bronzer, I'm going to go in with this Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. I'm just going to use this bronzing shade with a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to bronze my whole face. Especially being winter here, I need a little bit more colour to my face because I haven't really been out in the sun lately. So all we need to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of blush on. This blush I've been using for like a year now. It's just this blusher highlight palette, and it's from H&M. It looks like that. I don't really use these top two, but I love these bottom two. So I like using this orange one first, and then I'll go over with the darker pink. So just place that on my cheeks. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the eye pencil just to darken the eyes up a bit. So I'm just going to go in now with the Ultimate All-in-One Revlon Eye Mascara. Okay, so I'm not going to do any falsies today just because I'm not going to go really out anywhere. So I just want to kind of stick with my own eyelashes today. So I'm going to just leave that as that. If you want to dress this look up, you can definitely add lashes. Embrace my little baby lashes. Now what I'm going to do now, pretty much done everything. I just need to do my lips, a bit of highlight and some setting spray and then I'm done. So my lips are nice and clean. I'm going to line my lips with actually this Kylie Kristen lip liner. So I've just lined my lips and now I'm going to go in with this Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Colour. It's this kind of pink colour. I can't find the name on it. I don't know if I'm not looking hard enough, but it says HD Embrace, but I don't know if that's actually the colour of it, but it's the pink one. It looks like this. So I'm just going to go in with that. So to finish off this look, I'm just going to use this Master Fix by Space Studio. I'm just going to spray that all over my face. And if you've watched any of my videos, I like to spray my face before I put my highlight on. I don't know why, but I just do. I just feel like it stays on longer or something, but I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to let that dry. So the highlighter I'm going to be using is from the Kylie Bible palette, and it is going to be this shade, the one that I love. I'm just going to put a little bit on the cheeks. On the other side. And I'm just going to put a little bit underneath my brow. And then voila, that is practically the makeup look for you guys today. So this is basically the final look. I hope that you did like it, and if you did want to show your support, please don't forget to subscribe down below or leave a comment or a like. So thanks once again guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!